Hello all. Today our topic is actuator. So what is basically actuator? So actuator is a predefined library or predefined jar which is provided by Spring Boot Starter. Okay, so it is used to provide a production ready features for like means whatever features we are using in production is like sometimes we need how many bins are there or our product is up or down, that kind of feature. If you want to implement, we need to write code manually for that purpose, but actually provide all this boilerplate code itself. So it's just nothing but it just provide some ready-made endpoint which give you more information about the product. So for that purpose we need to add one dependency inside the pom.xml. So this is the dependency Spring Boot starter actuator. We are going to add this inside our project. Okay, I'm just copying it and adding it in our project. Okay, so yeah, Marvin will build the project, and now let's run the project. I'm just right clicking and running the Spring Boot application, and it started and having the endpoint called actuator whenever you are running. Okay, so it's localhost 9000. It's nothing but localhost 9000 and having the endpoint called actuator. Yeah, we are going to hit this endpoint for now. Okay, opening this, control V. Yeah, and we get this all endpoint whenever we are including the dependency as an actuator. So first one is the nothing but the actuator, that is the same endpoint. Another one is the health, which shows the status of the application, which is up or down basically. After that, yeah, it's a same endpoint. You need to pass parameter to run this endpoint. Again, the actuator info. So info endpoint is blank here. So for that purpose, for adding the information in info endpoint, we need to add some properties inside the properties application.properties. Okay, so these are some properties we need to add. That is info app.name, info app.description, whatever kind of description you want to add, the name of the application and the version. Okay, so I am just again copying it and pasting inside the application.properties to save the time. Okay, so these are the property. The name is Spring Boot sample application. Another one is description. Description is nothing but the demo application and version is 1.0.0. Okay, so again saving it and restarting the application. Once application restart, just go to the info endpoint and you see all info present inside in info endpoint. Okay, and yeah, if actually if you are looking here, these all are there is only 4 endpoint you are looking into, but there are more than 4 endpoint. For that purpose you need to enable all this endpoint. Okay, so you need to add another property. There are lots of property you need to add. So this is the property we need to add whenever we want to enable all endpoint of the actuator, that is management endpoint dot web dot exposure dot include star is nothing but the enable all endpoints. For example, if you want to end some of the endpoint, at that time you need to just write like that. Suppose for okay, sorry, suppose for example you want to enable only health endpoint, so you need to write health, after that info. So it's like that, but I want to enable all kind of endpoint, okay, which is present inside the actuator. So I am just writing it as a star and saving it once again and starting the application. Again, so I am refreshing, and these all are the endpoints we are given by actuator. So their content mapping, scheduler tasks. Actually we don't have any scheduler, active scheduler for now, so it's not going to show us any kind of scheduler. We have lots of bin, so we show here bins, whatever the singleton bins, and yeah, these are all the bins we are show here. So you can get the all kind of information related to the project with the help of actuator. Okay. Yeah, actuator environment. These all are the environment present here. Okay, so at last there is one endpoint is not present here, called HTTP trace, because in Spring Boot after 2.2 they just disable the feature of HTTP trace endpoint basically. So if you want to enable that endpoint, you need to do something more for that. Okay, so yeah, again, so this is what we need to do. We need to create one HTTP trace bin, and we need to add this management.trace.http include endpoint. Okay, so for that, just we are going to search here that is there HTTP trace endpoint is present here or not. It's not working. I don't know. Control F. Why it's not working? Maybe JSON Control F. Okay, because of all our HTTP is there, HTTP double dot. That's why it's not working. Yeah, sorry for that. TRA. Okay, so there is HTTP trace. There is no endpoint is there. Okay, so what I do, I am just adding that bin called HTTP trace repository bin, and I yeah now adding the HTTP trace HTTP trace endpoint bin. It is one kind of configuration, so I write it inside of configuration. HTTP trace. I'm creating the class. There is little typo, I think so. Okay, so we need to write configuration because it's configuration, because we are writing the bin inside that. Okay, this is the bin I am writing. Okay, and we need to solve the. Okay, we need to import it. Bin cannot resolve. Why? Okay, HTTP trace repository in memory. Okay, I don't know why my Control Shift O is not working. Okay, that's what it is. I created it. Now I am running it once again. After rerunning it, just searching HTTP trace. Yeah, this is the endpoint I get now. So whenever you are clicking here, you get each and every hit detail, means whatever request hit to the server. So it's like this is the URI, request type is get, what is the address, is it keep live, and all kind of details regarding to the API you get here with the help of trace. So there is one repository called HTTP trace repository. With the help of that HTTP trace repository, you can easily get all kind of data with data come from the each and every request, and you can manage your own database, or